Hello and welcome to Caravanning with the Missus. Thanks very much for tuning in, watching, joining, subscribing, and I hope you're all well.
Hello
Sadie's here.
everyone, I'm here as well.
And hello from me too. Yee. Great stuff. Right, so today's little vlog, because they are almost weekly now, so I could actually say this week's little vlog is...
Yeah, they are getting quite regular, aren't they?
They are. Well, one reason I'm trying to do that is to try and make YouTube like us a little bit more, so it helps promote us by keeping us regular. And we've got some holidays coming up, so that'll keep it regular too. Anyway, so this little vlog is about our Jackery Explorer power supply. I've been meaning to do it, or portable power supply. I've been meaning to do a little review on it since we got it, so you can all see our experiences and what it's like and whether it's worthwhile you investing in such a thing. So let's start at the beginning, shall we? Okay, we do have our notes down there. Okay, so first of all, now just to make it clear, we're not being paid for this.
We bought it ourselves, didn't we?
That's it. Yes, we went out, bought it ourselves, and all the rest of that. Unfortunately, nobody decided to give us a free one. But anyway, that's fine. So yeah, just make sure so we're not being paid for this. So first of all, why did we get it? So the reason we got it is mostly because we like off-gridding. And we really like caravanning in the winter, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Main reason we like off-gridding because it's a lot cheaper, especially these days, because some sites are now adding metered electricity to the fee price.
And also, we don't use their facilities, to be honest. We always use our own, don't we?
That's right as well.
Because we prefer to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because of all that, we tend to use mostly sort of CSs and off-grid CSs.
That's right.
That's right. To keep costs down and significant costs down as well. Because, I mean, a typical night off one of the sites we stay at is probably about £15 now, isn't it?
Which is really good.
It is, as opposed to one with all the facilities and electric and stuff.
We wouldn't use.
No, but they can.
We might use the electricity before we add the Jackery,
But anyway, they can often cost £25, £35 or plus, can they, or even more.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason we like sort of off-gridding, really. And also, since we got the caravan, I just had this romantic dream. It's nice to hitch up in the middle of a field, not be connected to anything, and still, have the luxuries of shower and cooking and all the rest of that.
Because we found that the solar panels on the caravan weren't really doing what we wanted them to do. No. They didn't give us a lot of time, did they?
That's right. Because we've got solar panels on the caravan, 150 watt solar panel with an inverter.
We'd have to be really careful how we use the power.
Only during winter though, isn't it? So during winter we'd find that it was probably just enough to power the caravan's essentials. Not even the lights really. We don't even use the lights, do we?
No, we'd be sat in darkness, wouldn't we?
Not really. We use your twinkly lights, don't we?
Ones.
But they've got their own
operated.
Yeah, exactly. So we did find in the winter, I think the solar panel just provided enough light or enough power to power the caravan, the flush toilet, keep the heating on as well, because obviously in the winter you need a little bit of fan heater from the Truma going all night, but as minimal, obviously. And that. So while off-gridding during the winter, we found the caravan solar panel just about kept the caravan going. But that would mean that we couldn't watch telly and stuff. Because when we go on holiday, we do like to watch a bit of telly, don't we? I know, a bit controversial. But we do like our telly. Not tons, maybe about 3 hours a day. We like to watch it in the morning when we're getting up, watch the breakfast programmes and the news late at night as well when we're going to sleep. So that's the main reason. And we like caravanning in winter as well, don't we?
Yeah.
So off-gridding in the summer with a solar panel is fine. It's no problems at all, is it? You've just got to just slightly change what you do every now and then. So make sure you're charging stuff up during the day while the solar's coming in.
That's
and not, charging phones up during the day and stuff. So that's the main reason we got the Jackery, because the main reason we got it is because we like off-gridding, especially in the winter.
Yes.
And we just thought with this we could have a little bit more luxury, couldn't we? Watch the telly a bit while we're caravanning off in the winter. Right, okie doke. So our typical night, so the reason we got this, our typical night or our typical trip, especially during the winter, would be like a long weekend, wouldn't it? It'd be like 4 nights.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to book any holiday.
No.
I just need to shift a couple of pupils around, but they're okay with that because I'm driving instructor. So our typical trip would be about 4 nights. So what I wanted to get a power supply like this, so that it could power other things like the TV, luxurious items like the TV, your hairdryer, etc. While we're in the middle of winter, not getting much solar and all the rest of that. So the idea is that we buy something like this and then we charge it up before we go, and then just use it for the telly and stuff while we're away, not having to worry about charging it up while we're away.
No, but if we did need to, we could on the solar panels, couldn't we?
That's it. I was going to say that in a moment, actually.
Sorry, but we don't need to, because it seems to, the power seems to go a long way on it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, before we crack on, this is what it looks like as well. I've got it on my lap.
I think you've already done that.
Yeah, so it's 1,000 watt. The reason we got 1,000 watt is because I thought, well, we'll get the most powerful one we can, and we can afford. However, obviously, the more powerful they are, the bigger they are, the more difficult they are to carry around, the more expensive they are. Normal price for this is £1,000. I got it because it's on a sale. It's on the sale most of the time for about £600. But I think they're actually dropping this one now because it's old technology. However, just quickly, I just want to say about the old technology. By old technology, it's a lithium-ion battery, but it takes about 8 hours to charge on the solar panels. But that's okay, because what we do, if it does need charging on the solar panels, we just go away during the day, let it charge up during the day, and when we come back it'll be fully charged. Shortly after we bought it, back in March, we did actually go on holiday, didn't we, at the end of March to York.
Yes.
And that was off grid, so we tried it for the first time there, and that was about 4 nights as well. So we stress tested a bit there.
We were really impressed, weren't we?
Yeah,
really
being
impressed.
in March, it's still a bit, the days were still a bit shortish, although they are getting longer. Temperature-wise, it was pretty cold, wasn't it? I think it was around not far above 0. I think it was about 0-ish, because we did need the heater a little bit.
At night.
The Trumi, we didn't really need it hard at all. But anyway, so that acted as a good stress. We found that on night 3 it had only dropped down to 55%, hadn't it? And that's with us watching telly about 3 hours a day, and you dried your hair, didn't you?
Yes.
And used your hair straighteners.
Charging phones, etc.
That's it, doing that as well.
Yeah.
So that lasted for 3 nights. The reason I didn't go the 4th night with it was because I wanted to have a go at plugging it into the caravan to see if the whole caravan can run off it overnight. And it did. But it completely ran down to about 5% the next morning.
Yeah.
Reason being because there was, I couldn't find a way of turning the battery charger off in the caravan. So when I plugged this into the EHU socket on the caravan, it charged up the caravan battery, and that drained this. But so therefore, it would have lasted 4 nights quite easily. Okay. So that's that.
Right.
What should we say next?
Well, you've got.
I've got my list.
You need to not.
The main features of the Jackery is it's 1,000 watt. This one's 1,000 watts. Surge power 2,000 watts. So that means 1,000 watts. It can power our TV, our Avtex, which is only about 18 watts, 27-inch, 18 watts. It can power that at 5 hours a day for about 10 days for 1,000 watts. So that's that'll easily cover our 4-day thing. Anyway, 1,000 watt capacity. It supports 7 devices simultaneously, so you can plug 7 different things in. There's 2 different types of USBs down there. There's a USB sockets, USB-C and ordinary USB down there, 2 of those. With the fast charging, and 12 volt as well, so you can plug 12 volt stuff in there, and 2 mains things. It's got an inverter, pure sine wave inverter as well. So that's what it can power, and to charge it up you plug the things in there you want to charge. So the mains in there, or 12 volts on the car battery, or solar panel plugs up in there. Oh, and let's show you the display as well. Press that button there. Hold it closer to the lens. There you go. And there you go. It's about 50% charged at the moment. So there we go. Put it off. Supports. Oh yeah, done that. 3 done that. Lithium. Oh yeah. Because it's older technology, lithium ion. It can only be recharged about 500 times, 500 to 800 times.
Really? Yeah.
But that's not a problem for us, my little petal. Because I mean, the way we use it, we typically charge it up less than once a month. Because that's about when we go on holiday, and during the summer we're not really going to use it anyway. But on average throughout the year it gets charged up less than once a month, which if you think so, that means 12 times, that's 12 cycles a year. So at 500 cycles it'll last probably about 50 years.
Oh yeah, good.
So that means it'll do us out.
Yeah.
See us out.
Yeah.
As we like to say. So yeah, although the modern ones, the Life PO4 ones, you can recharge them 2,000 times, but for our purpose, don't really need to really for typical caravan use. It's got a long battery standby as well, so you can leave it charged up for a long time. It's safe and easy to use. Thanks for pointing that out. Just read, these are the main points from Jackery. It's shock and fire resistant as well, so it's got some fire resistant rating, which means it's fire resistant, so that's pretty good. It's compact and portable, and according to other reviews that I've read, it does seem to be really robust. I've used it out in the garden and stuff, and it can you can bash it about and all that, so it's quite robust. It is quite heavy. So it's too heavy to sort of carry it around town, but you wouldn't really do that anyway, would you?
No.
Unless you're a bit, I don't know, you might want to.
No, I won't. I don't think so.
No. You could take it to Wetherspoons or something to recharge it, can you? No, anyway. So yeah, look, you wouldn't carry it around town, but it is light enough to lift it from the caravan to the car and vice versa and out. So it's not too bad, to be honest. I don't know if they're still making it, actually, to be honest. It might be obsolete, replaced by the new Life PO4 ones. Not too sure, but I'm sure you could probably buy these off eBay somewhere. And oh yeah, and the last thing was, I found it to be very easy to adapt. The solar cable. It comes with a solar cable, so if you buy the Jackery solar panels, you can get them to charge it up. It takes about, I think it takes about a day. Yeah, about a day with in perfect conditions, because they're 200 watts they are. But with the cable, it's quite easy just to chop the end off it and adapt it, so you can plug it into your own Victron or whatever you have into the PV inputs.
Very good.
So yeah, so that you can get it to charge up using your caravan solar panel or portable one if you've got, which I've done, and it's only a half an hour job. Yeah. So that was easy to do. We've used it a couple of times. To be honest, now that when we do use it, when we charge it up, we just charge it up using that, don't we? The caravan solar panel. Just put it in the caravan. It takes a few days. If the weather's crap, it takes a few days. I just leave it in there for the week. Yeah, just leave it in there in the caravan for a week, charging up, and that's fine. Yeah. So that's all good. So yeah, cable, easy to adapt. That's brilliant. So yeah. So and what in particular makes you?
Well,
why do you like it?
We've already said, haven't we? The power goes a long way.
Yes.
It lasts us a full weekend.
Yep, it does.
Nights. I can use my high-powered air dryer. Because is it 2,100 watts?
Yeah, I'll show you that in a moment. Actually, I just realised Sadie's normal hair dryer powers.
Lots of telly, etc. So yeah, it's good.
Although your travel hairdryer is about 800 watts, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it manages with that fine, but it does actually power your 2,000 watt one. As long as you gradually ramp up the power.
And the straighteners, of course. So
yeah, so good stuff. So that's about it. So what I'll do now is I'll just show you demonstration of. I'll show you, because usually in these reviews they plug in everything in, don't they, and get them all. Look, it can power 10 devices, you know,
all at
3
once.
cookers, 2 hair dryers and fan heater, which is great. But in the real world, obviously you're not going to use it like that, are you? You're not going to plug millions of things. So I will just demonstrate it with Sadie's normal hairdryer. This is the one she uses at home, a high wattage. It's a BHD, GH, something like that, GHD. Anyway, it's rated at 2,000, where are we? 2,100 watts. So 2,100 watts when it's on full whack. So here's the Jackery. Just position it so you can see the screen. There we go. Let's turn it on. Turn the screen on. Bump, bump. So, just pop it in. I'm just plugging it into one of the plug sockets. There we go. And you need to turn the press the AC on. So just press that button there on. Just a little whir from the fan as it starts up, as the inverter starts up. So I'll pop it onto. That's it on. I think that's with no heat or minimal. No, it's just the heat. That's just the fan on its own, and then that's up to medium heat. So what's that? That's about 1,000 watts. That's about 1,000 watts, and then maximum heat is up to 1,300, about 1,400 watts. 1,300, and it looks like although it's supposed to peak between 1,000 and 2,000, it looks like it can sustain that for quite a bit. Obviously it's nice and hot coming out of the hairdryer, and there we go. So because it's this 1,000 watt thingy bob battery, it should last about like that. It'll be probably about 45 minutes if it was fully charged. So you should be able to run this for about 45 minutes before it dies. And I think that'll be long enough for you to do your hair. Sorted. There we go. I have seen it momentarily peak above 2,000 watts momentarily for something else. Forget what it was. Anyway, that's about the size of it. So thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you found this little vlogette, this little review useful. And don't forget, it's next weekend now. Next weekend we're going to be in Tewkesbury at their little music festival thingy bob. It's a free music festival. So if you're around, do say hi. And there we go. So laters taters.